topic is different example of root locus in the chapter number 6, the root locus method. In the last session, we have studied about the different rules in root locus method. So first of all, example, a feedback control system has an open loop transfer function g of s. H of s is equal to k upon s plus 4, s square plus 4s plus 20. Now sketch the root locus as k is varies from 0 to infinite. So first of all, solution step number 1, we have to find the number of poles and 0. So n is equal to our number of poles and m is equal to our number of 0. So first of all, here you can see that the equation in the denominator is s square plus 4s plus 20. So first of all, we have to find the value of pole, and the equation of this is equal to delta is equal to minus b plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Okay, now particular this equation, this is the a, so a is equal to 1 because the coefficient of s square is equal to 1. This is my b, so b is equal to 4, and this is c, c is equal to 20. So put the value of a, b, c in this equation and we can get s is equal to minus 2 plus or minus 4j. Okay, so here our number of pole is equal to, first is s is equal to 0, that means 1, s is equal to minus 4 and s is equal to minus 2 plus 4j and s is equal to minus 2 minus 4j. So the value of the number of pole is equal to 4. Now in the numerator terms there is a no term, only k is given, so the number of 0 is equal to 0. So this is my step number 1. Now for step number 2, to find the parts of the real axis on the root locus. So for that we have to draw a graph between the real axis and the imaginary axis. Okay, so this is my real part, real value, and this is my imaginary value. Starting from 0, this is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Here 1, 2, 3, 4. Here plus 1j, 2j and 3j, and here minus j, minus 2j and minus 3j. Okay. Now the one pole value is s is equal to 0. So here pole is located at the cross, so this is my one pole. Now the second pole value is s is equal to minus 4, so this is my second pole, and the third pole value is s is equal to minus 2 plus 4. Okay, minus 2 plus 4j and minus 2 minus 4j. So this is around here minus 2 plus 4j and minus 2 minus 4j. So this is my real axis root locus on the graph. Now we have to find which area is the root locus area and which area is the not root locus area. So starting from the first pole and ending with the second pole, so this is my root locus area. Now here imaginary pole is also given. So next we have to find to angle of asymptote, and the equation of the angle of asymptote is equal to theta k is equal to 2k plus 1 180 divided by n minus m. K is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 up to n minus m minus 1. Here as you know, n is equal to number of pole, and for this example the value of the number of pole is equal to 4 and m is equal to number of 0, and here the number of 0 is equal to 0. So put here the value, so 4 minus 0 minus 1, that is equal to 3. So we can put the value starting from the 0 and 1, 2 and 3. So first of all we have to find the value of theta 1. So put k is equal to 0. So the equation will become 2 into 0 plus 1 into 180 divided by n minus m, that means 4 minus 0 is equal to 2 into 0 is equal to 0, that means 180 divided by 4 and that is equal to 45 degree. Now theta 2 is equal to 2 into k is equal to 1, so 2 into 1 plus 1 into 180 divided by 4 minus 0, that means 3 into 180 divided by 4 and we can get the angle 135. Now we have to find the value of theta 3. So theta 3 is equal to 2 into, put k is equal to 2. So 2 into 2 plus 1 into 180 divided by 4 minus 0, that means 5 into 180 divided by 4 and we can get the angle 2 to 5 and theta 4 is equal to 2 into 3 plus 1 into 180 divided by 4 minus 0 and we can get 6 plus 1 7 into 180 divided by 4 and we can get the angle 315. So this is the angle of asymptote. Now the rule number 4 to find the centroid. Okay, and the equation of the centroid is equal to summation of real parts of the poles minus summation of the real part of the 0 divided by n minus m. Here the pole value n is equal to 0, minus 4, minus 2, plus 4j and the last pole is minus 2, minus 4j and m is equal to 0. So put the value of the poles and 0 in this equation, we can get here the summation of the real part of the pole. So we can consider only the real value, we cannot consider this imaginary value. So it's becomes 0, minus 4, minus 2, minus 2, minus summation of the real parts of the 0. The value of the 0 is equal to 0, that means 0, divided by n minus m, that means 4 minus 0 is equal to minus 8 divided by 4. So we can get the value of centroid is equal to minus 2. Okay, now the next step is to find out the breakaway point, that means dk by ds is equal to 0. Now we have to find the breakaway point. So first of all, we have to write down the characteristic equation for this particular transfer function. So the characteristic equation is nothing but the 1 plus g of s h of s is equal to 0. So our equation is 1 plus k upon s plus 4 into s square plus 4s plus 20 is equal to 0. Now simplify this equation, we can get s plus 4 s square plus 4s plus 20 plus k is equal to 0. That means s square plus 4s in another bracket s square plus 4s plus 20 plus k is equal to 0. So simplified version of this equation, we can get s raised to 4 plus 8s cube plus 36s square plus 80s plus k is equal to 0. So the value of k is equal to minus s raised to 4 minus 8s cube minus 36s square minus 80s. Now we have to find the value of dk by ds and put is equal to 0. So we can get dk by ds is equal to, we can differentiate the s raised to 4, that means minus 4s cube minus 24s square minus 72s minus 80 is equal to 0. So the equation will become 4s cube plus 24s square plus 72s plus 80 is equal to 0. Now using this equation, we have to find the value of s. Okay. Now, so first of all, we can find the value of s with trial and error method. So first of all, we can put in this equation s is equal to 0. So put here s is equal to 0. That means 4 plus 24 plus 72 plus 80. That is not equal to 0. Now put s is equal to minus 1. So we can get minus 1 minus plus 24 minus 72 plus 80. That is not equal to 0. Now put s is equal to minus 2. Now put s is equal to minus 2 in this equation and we can get the answer that is equal to 0. So we can define that our one root value is s is equal to minus 2. Now we have simplified the equation using this root. So put here s is equal to minus 2 and put here the coefficient of this equation. Now we can divide whole equation with 4. So we can get 1, 6, 18 and 20. Okay, now put here 0. So 1 plus 0 that means 1. Now 1 into minus 2 that means minus 2, 6 minus 2 that means 4, 4 into minus 2 that means minus 8, 18 minus 8 is equal to 10 and 10 into minus 2 that is 20, minus 20 and that is equal to 0. So our second equation will become, this is my equation, so coefficient of s square is equal to 1 plus s means 4s plus 10 is equal to 0. Now we have to find the value of s and the equation is delta is equal to minus b plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So simplify this equation, put the value of a is equal to 1, b is equal to 4 and c is equal to 10. We can get the value of s is equal to minus 2 plus or minus 2.450. Okay, so using the value of k, we can find the value of s. Okay, so we can get 3 value of s is equal to minus 2 and the other 2 value is s is equal to minus 2 plus 2j and s is equal to minus 2 minus 2.45j. Now step number 5, to find out the breakaway point that we have to find. Now step number 6, find the angle of departure and the equation of angle of departure theta d is equal to 180 minus summation of the angle of pole minus summation of angle of 0. So first of all we have to draw the location of the poles and the 0 on the real and the imaginary axis. Okay, so this is my real axis, this is my imaginary axis and the one pole location is 0, the second pole location is minus 4, the third pole location is minus 2 plus 4j, that means here this is my 4j and the fourth pole location is minus 2 minus 4j. Okay, now starting with the any pole and draw the line, okay, to the second pole. Okay, so for that theta d is equal to 180 minus here summation of the pole. So this angle we can get 166 degree. Using protractor you can measure the angle. This is about 90 degree and this is near about the 14 degree. So summation of the pole is 166 plus 90 plus 40. Okay, minus summation of 0. In our transfer function there is a no 0. So the summation of the 0 is equal to 0. So put here 0 and simplify this equation. We can get theta d is equal to minus 90. So the angle of departure is equal to minus 90. Now the last step is to find the intersection point with the j omega axis using the Routh array method. So first of all we have to write down the characteristic equation of this transfer function, and we can simplify this characteristic equation, and the equation will become 1 plus g of s, h of s is equal to 0. So we can get s raised to 4 plus 8s cube plus 36s square plus 80s plus k is equal to 0. Now we have to find the intersection point using the Routh array method. So for that we have to apply Routh array table, starting with the maximum power of s, it is s raised to 4. Now s cube, s square, s raised to 1 and ending with s raised to 0. Now put here the coefficient of s raised to 4, it is 1. Now skip the term and put the value of and coefficient of s squared, it is 36, and then s raised to 0, it is k. Now here put the coefficient of s cubed, that is 36, and s is 80. Now we have to cross multiply this and divide by 36. Okay. So for that we can get, here it is 8. Okay. So we can get 288 minus 80 divided by 8, and simplify this we can get 26. Here 80 into k minus 0 into 36 divided by 80, so we can get here k. Now in for s raised to 1 term, 26 into 80 minus 8k, so 26 into 80, that means 2080 minus 8k divided by 26, and here we can get the 0. Now for the s raised to 0, this term into k minus 0 divided by this term, so after all we can get the k. Okay, now using this equation we have to find the value of k. So first of all, k greater than 0. Okay, using s raised to 0 term, and the next is 2080 minus 8k divided by 26 is equal to 0. That means 2080 is equal to 8k. So we can get k is equal to 260. Now we have to write down the auxiliary equation, and the auxiliary equation will become 26s square plus k s raised to 0 is equal to 0 using the Routh array table. So put the value of k in this equation, we can get 26s square plus 260 is equal to 0. So we can get s square is equal to 10j square. So we can get s is equal to plus or minus under root of 10j square, and so simplify this equation, we can get s is equal to plus or minus 3.16j. Okay, so this is the step to find out the root locus of this system. Now the last step is we have to draw a root locus for this transfer function. So our pole value is 0, minus 4, 2 plus 2j, and minus 2, minus 2j. Then the parts of the real axis is minus 4, less than s, less than 0. Theta k is equal to 45, 135, 225, 315. The value of centroid is equal to minus 2. Breakaway point is equal to minus 2, minus 2 plus 2.45j, and minus 2 minus 2.45j. Theta d is equal to minus 90, and intersection point with j omega axis that we have to find, it is plus or minus 3.16j. So we have to draw a root locus for this particular system. So this is my imaginary axis and this is my real axis. Okay. First of all, we have to draw the pole location 0, minus 4, minus 2, plus 2j, and minus 2, minus 2j. Okay, next part of the real axis, that means we can get this area, this dark area, it is my root locus area. Okay, now next we have to draw the angle, and the value of the angle is 45, 135, 225 and 315, and angle starting with the centroid. This is my center point. Okay, and put the protector here and draw the angle. First one is the 45, the next one is the 135, the third one is the 225, and the fourth one is the 315. Okay, and always draw the angle in the dotted line. Now the breakaway point, it is minus 2 plus 2.5j and minus 2 minus 2.5j. Okay, so minus 2 plus 2.5j, it is near about here. Okay, and minus 2 minus 2.5j. Now we have to draw the theta d is equal to minus 2, and our intersection point is plus or minus 3.60j. So this is the plus 3.16j and this is the minus 3.16j. Now starting from the first pole and ending with the second pole, if the value of the poles or 0 is odd, we have to draw, we had the direction of the arrow is left hand side, and if the value of the poles and 0 is even number, then the arrow direction of the arrow in right hand side. Okay, now we have to draw the root locus starting with this point, and this is my the intersection point, and this is my angle. So we have draw the root locus like this manner, and we have to complete this root locus. Okay, and the direction of the arrow is like that. Same, we have to draw the root locus in the negative side, passing from this pole, and this is my intersection point. Okay, and this is the direction of arrow. Now we have to find the angle of departure. So the angle of the departure is minus 90. So here you can see that this is the angle is minus 90 degree, and in the negative side the angle of departure is this value is indicated as the plus. So this is my angle plus 90. Okay, so this is my root locus of this transfer function. Thank you everyone.